When you hear the word hope, what comes to mind are typically positive, uplifting ideas, a prospect of impending improvement, or desired outcome, something that energizes and sustains us. So when I was rereading Witch Hat Atelier, I observed how surprisingly sinister this declaration of hope appears, what with the textured screen tone and all, and my interest was piqued. Of course, this may also hint at ulterior motives, however, the series continues to reiterate and build upon the notion of hope as a theme, yet it is more complex than just a cheery prospect. Belle Leona here, and I wish to share some thoughts about the theme of hope that exists within Witch Hat Atelier so far. This discussion will cover major spoilers in the 7th volume and 40th chapter or so, which at the time of this video is the most recent English release. Therefore, if you're not up to date, please proceed with caution if you don't wish to be spoiled. Now, I don't claim that Witch Hat Atelier portrays hope negatively as a vice or some corrupting element, or even that this portrayal is revolutionary in the medium of manga. It's simply more nuanced than I expected, so I find it quite interesting. With that said, there seems to be two sources of hope that themselves are tinged with the darkness of risk and danger. First, we have Coco's hope, the prospect that Quifree suggests, the hope that she might be able to cure her petrified mother, and the hope that sets her off on this whole adventure. However, that path to acquire that which she hopes for is laden with danger as it brings her closer to the brimmed hats and their temptations, which, unbeknownst to her, was one of Quifree's goals, hence why his proposition was likely framed in such an ominous manner. Therefore, he himself adds smudges of risk that obscure the hope he offers as he unapologetically uses her to find the brimmed hats, even if it's for a noble purpose to preempt abominable schemes. Not that Quifree is malicious. I believe that he is genuinely good-hearted and cares for his pupils, but he also harbors a determined vigilante-like drive and a willingness to dirty his hands. Therefore, it remains that Quifree, being a vehicle of hope in a way, and being a catalyst in his own right, is not without darkness himself. Not to mention, he does seem to be playing into the hands of the brimmed hats, or Igun at least, who catalyzed Coco's initial journey by giving her the spellbook. This segues to the other source of hope, Coco herself, as Igun considers her to be a source of hope, calling her a child of hope to her face. At this point, how she fulfills that role is unknown to us, but it's clear that the hope Igun clings to is likely not a positive thing, and will likely be achieved when Coco grasps for hope, yet descends into despair, which is, it seems, one of the more prominent perils associated with hope. The narrator even provides this comment as Quifree is describing to Arugio what he uncovered when he went through the Tower of Tomes, that the connection between the hope and despair as two sides of the same coin. And in this series, coin is situated rather precariously on its side with two forces acting on it, Quifree kindling and rekindling Coco's hope, and the brimmed hats luring her into despair by forcing her to face cruel limitations. Therefore, in the series, hope is not just a simple ideal empowering our protagonist. Well, in a way it kind of is, as Coco finds strength as Quifree once again provides hope after Belderuit's input discourages her, yet it's a volatile source of strength. And it also burdens dear Coco as she grapples with a reality that's actually quite somber and seems incongruent with her optimistic point of view. Which leads to another theme that is relevant and related to hope, the reality of the world in the way that it hampers a naive child's aspirations. For a child to hope is often easy as imagination often outbalances experience. Yet as we mature, it's more difficult as we realize that some possibilities might be as elusive or romanticized as fairy tales, and that adulthood isn't as magical as we thought it would be when we were kids. And that same realization overcomes Coco as she grapples with how arduous the road to her hope is. and even how limited magic can be, at least the sanctioned magic in the mainstream witch society. After this point, it will be interesting to see if Coco surrenders to despair first in order to grasp that hope, or if Quilfrey's ambitions will lead to dirtying of his heart as well as his hands. And, of course, there's also the mystery of the brimmed hat's intentions. But those are just my observations so far. This is simply a distillation of my thoughts and not a comprehensive analysis, because with only 40 chapters, there is not too much to unpack right now. I also just wanted to share these ideas before the next English volume is released. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this little discussion. If you have thoughts concerning this theme or Witch Hat Atelier in general, feel free to share them in the comments below. Also, feel free to like or subscribe if you are so inclined. And I feel like I should apologize for the lack of energy. My real life has been quite exhausting lately. So I feel like my delivery of my script today was a little bit lackluster, but I hope you're all having a fantastic day. And with that, I thank you so sincerely for watching this video and hope that you find meaning in your pursuit of manga, anime, and happiness in life. I hope to see you in my next video.